back to Brant History Happy Hour. Sorry for the delay, this show just involved a lot of research. And here with me once again is Nathan.
Hey, what are you drinking this week, Sarah?
Well, this week we will be drinking grapefruit and strawberry juice, and for those of you who drink alcohol, feel free to add any alcohol of your choosing. And this week is called the Old Home. That's because we will be talking about the Old Homeboy weeks of both 1899 and 1914.
So what exactly is Old Homeboy Week?
Well, Old Homeboy Week was a reunion that was dedicated to the older people in the community of Brantford and Brant County. This event actually happened a few times. However, the weeks we'll be talking about today are the ones in 1899 and the one in 1914.
So what exactly happened during this Old Boys Home Week in 1899?
Well, this Old Homeboys Week actually started on December 28th and lasted into the new year of the 1900s at the Armories. And the Armories were actually decorated very artistically and had a giant sign that said welcome that lit up to welcome everyone in. Not only that, but because it was December, it was very cold and they had to implement a heating system. However, they didn't specify what type of heating system that they did. And actually, Old Homeboys Week was originally known as Old Boys Reunion and was seen as a good way to kick off the new century. During this event, there was a banquet to which 350 men had registered to attend to.
Okay, Sarah, what type of entertainment did they have at these Old Homeboy Week festivals?
Well, there was a concert that was happening, and one of the performers was Miss Grace Hastings, who was a violinist, who opened the second part of the program. Not only her, but also Miss Beatrice Hastings as well, who is one of the most accomplished pianists in the city, also performed. Not only that, but there was also a dinner committee who was in charge of tending to the dinner of the banquet.
Okay, what else did they have for people to do who maybe weren't interested in listening to music?
Well, not only was there the banquet, but also the factories and the schools in Brantford were also open for inspection from visitors. Pretty much like a big open house for people to come and visit.
Okay, Sarah, that was the 1899 one, which happened kind of between Christmas and New Year's. So is the 1914 one at the same time?
No, actually, the 1914 Old Boys Reunion was from August 9th to the 13th in Brantford. And at this time, there has not been an Old Homeboys Week in the entire 15-year period between the two. Not only that, but each day had a different theme for this Old Homeboys Week, such as Baseball Day, Big Society Day, Great Sports Day, and even Visiting Day.
Okay, so what happened with this 1914 Old Boys Week? How did it kick off?
Well, it kicked off on Sunday with services and speeches, as well as a big welcome booth in all of the churches. Not only that, but the Dufferin Rifles were performing at Jubilee Terrace, and the Dragoons were playing at Alexander Park.
Okay, so the first day is just like a starting taste of what's going to happen. What happens on the second day?
Well, on the Monday it was actually a civic holiday, even though it wasn't the first Monday of August for some reason. I'm not sure myself. On that day, Mayor Spence actually officially declared the opening of Old Homeboys Week, as well as officially opened the Made in Brantford exhibit at the Armories. And not only that, but the Dufferin Rifles Band and the Dragoons Band were each playing at the 2 railway stations to welcome visitors that were coming into Brantford from out of town. As well as there was many parades, even one for the firefighters, as well as the Midway Open that day.
Ooh, the Midway. What ride would you go on, Sarah?
Well, I'd probably go on the merry-go-round, a classic. What would you go on?
I think the Ferris wheel. That's kind of one of my favorites. A nice, slow pace. Okay, so that's what happened on the Monday. What goes on the Tuesday then?
Well, on the Tuesday, it was baseball day and had many of the same things as the previous day, such as the Dufferin Rifles and the Dragoons Band, who would switch playing between Alexander Park and Victoria Park. And later in the day, you would actually find the Dragoons at the Armory performing, as well as the Midway and the Maiden Brantford exhibit. And on this day, there was actually a lawn bowling competition, as well as the Canadian Baseball League were playing at Agricultural Park.
Okay, hopefully there's something more interesting going on Wednesday, Sarah.
Well, Wednesday, which was called Big Society Day, there was a lot of parades, especially ones from the football club. There was a fancy dress parade, a big fraternal parade that filled the streets of Brantford. As well as there was a road race, a juvenile race, as well as a casual baseball game. Not only that, but there was a tug-of-war match that had 9 people on each side competing, and the prize was $50 for the team. As well as a game of Catch the Greasy Pig, where they would release a pig to run wild, and participants would try and chase it and catch it. And the prize for that was $10. Not only that, but there was also a street fair.
Wow, catching a greasy pig. I'd love to see that. So what happens on Thursday?
Well, Thursday was known as Great Sports Day, and as the name implies, has a lot to do with sport fun this day. There were baseball games, lacrosse matches, as well as a few races too. And actually, one of the funny races included a chariot race, and there was actually a 50-yard backwards race where the first prize was a bathrobe and the second prize was a sweater. Not only that, but some of the other prizes included groceries and even an umbrella. There were also boxing matches and a Spanish wrestling match, as well as a performance by the London Pipers and a big street parade at Agricultural Park.
Sports aren't really my thing, so Thursday wouldn't have been my day. Hopefully there was something Friday that I would enjoy.
Well, on Friday it was visiting day, which meant all the factories were open just like the previous Old Homeboys Week. And as this was the final day of the event, there were more performances and displays than the previous days, such as the Dufferin Rifles Band and the Dragoons Band were once again playing between Victoria and Alexander Park, as they have been all week, as well as performances by the Galt Kitty Band and the Preston Silver Band. There was also a street fair and draws for prizes as well. And at the end of the day, there were fireworks that included 43 different displays. Not only that, but if you were an old boy, you could get tattoos to commemorate this event.
Wow, the fireworks display to end it all off. I certainly would enjoy that. How about you, Sarah?
I would as well. Anyway, join us next week for another episode of Brant History Happy Hour.